I am now joined by former Duck Luke Jackson, current head coach at Northwest Christian. We're going to talk about your team, your first season, a little bit later on in the show, but I want to get your thoughts about the Ducks. Maybe the most thrilling game of the NCAA Tournament, at least of the second round, the loss to Wisconsin last night. When you're sitting and you're watching the Ducks play in your current position, what do you think about this team?
Well, obviously, first and foremost, back-to-back tournament wins is a huge accomplishment for Dana Altman and Oregon. Obviously, the program's heading in the right direction. So I think everyone's first impression of that second game was, hey, it's Wisconsin at Madison, and it's a home game, and you're sitting there, 20,000 fans, considering the fact that they were playing a road game. I thought they played extremely well. I thought they were playing their best basketball of the season, and it just came down to the last 5 minutes of the game and just not being able to close it out with giving up too many offensive rebounds and not getting good possessions when they needed it.
That was you so many years ago. What is it like now being removed from playing, watching the NCAA tournament? Everybody is nationally is so into it, and knowing that you were one of those guys out there, however many years ago it was. What's it like to sit back and just watch?
I just enjoy every minute of it. I know that for a lot of those guys, they're not going to move on to play professionally, so this is it. This is as good as it gets, and that's what makes college basketball so special, is you don't have all of those other things that go into, a salary or, people playing for contracts or anything like that. It's pure basketball. And from that standpoint, I think that's why everyone enjoys watching, because it's a pure sport at this point. And then there's so much at stake. It's so hard to get to the NCAA tournament, let alone advance. And that's why it's pretty easy to be proud as an Oregon Duck from the outside looking in of where this team was and how close they were to advancing this year.
What's your favorite memory from your time in the tournament?
There's so many great memories. I think hanging out with the guys and the experiences that you have off the court will be something that I'll always take with me. I got a call from Robert Johnson earlier today as I was playing golf. I haven't talked to the guy in like 5 years. He just picks up the phone and we hit it off like we haven't skipped a beat. Like I talk to him every week. It was really, really cool. So you have those relationships that you keep with you forever, but being on that center stage, knowing that the whole country's watching you and that every single shot that you took in the off season, every time you pounded the ball, or for me, I was carrying a ball with me to class. And so all that time pays off, knowing, you put the time in, now you're working out, now you're playing in the biggest spotlight for college basketball.
Who's your national champion?
Well, that's a really, really tough one. There's a lot of great teams. I'm not going to sit here and predict one or the other. I think that Florida has a great chance. I've got in my bracket Florida and Michigan, but that being said, there's so many great teams that can make it. You're almost, just like the bracket billion out there, that no one after a couple of rounds has a perfect bracket. It's pretty impossible to pick just because there's so many seasoned, older teams that have been playing together for a long time. Anyone can win.
Cool. Thanks, Luke. Stick around, and we're going to talk with you later on the show about your first season at Northwest Christian, one of the best in school history. Want to know what that was like, being on the other side for the first time, being a head coach.